Hello friends! Today we're gonna make this delicious honey macarons. I post new macaron videos every week, so make sure to subscribe and press the like button on this video if you do like it. I hope you enjoy it. Begin by placing 100 grams of egg whites on top of a double boiler with barely simmering water. Add another 100 grams of granulated sugar to the whites. Whisk for a couple of minutes until the sugar has completely melted. Be careful not to overheat the syrup. You can test if the sugar has melted by touching some of the syrup, and if you don't feel any sugar granules between your fingers, you can remove it from the heat. And when you remove it from the double boiler, you want to immediately start whisking it. You can use a hand mixer or a KitchenAid to do this. Begin by whisking on low and then gradually increase the speed. Finish at high speed until you achieve stiff peaks. Now this is exactly what we're looking for, peaks that are shooting straight up. Now add the dry ingredients to the meringue. You want to measure the ingredients before. You will need 105 grams of almond flour and 105 grams of powdered sugar. Sometimes I'll pre-sift the ingredients also, or sometimes I'll just sift them right into the meringue. Also, you can add some food coloring. I'm adding a little bit of yellow, and I'm also adding a touch of black to offset the yellow. Begin folding the batter with a spatula. This process is called the macaronage. Time folding will depend on how stiff the meringue is, on how you're folding. So you just have to fold until the batter is flowing effortlessly and slowly off the spatula, which I will show you in just a second. When you're able to draw a few figure eights with the flowing batter, it means that the batter is ready. And even as the batter breaks up from the spatula at the end, it will still continue to flow effortlessly but slowly. Transfer the batter to the piping bag. I use a 1/2 inch diameter piping tip to pipe my macarons. Pipe 1.5 inch circles on the silicone mat or parchment paper. Hold the bag at a 90-degree angle over the center of a circle template and apply equal pressure for about 3 seconds, very gently. And at the end, you pull up the bag in a quick swirl motion. Bang the trays against the counter to release any air bubbles, and then use a toothpick to pop any remaining air bubbles on the surface of the macarons. This part is totally optional, but while the macarons are still wet, you can sprinkle some bee pollen over the top of the shells. But you gotta make sure the shells are wet or the pollen won't stick to the shells. Let the macarons rest for 20 to 40 minutes depending on how humid the day is until they feel dry to the touch. Then bake one tray at a time at 325 Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes. Time baking and oven temperature can vary from oven to oven, so make sure to understand how your own oven works and what is the optimal temperature and time baking for your oven and your macarons. And here I just melted about 2 ounces of white chocolate and I'm drizzling over the shells and sprinkling some bee pollen on top, just to decorate. And now let's make the honey filling. Add 2 tablespoons of butter and 1/4 cup of cream cheese to a bowl and cream with a mixer for about 2 minutes until fluffy. Then add 2 tablespoons of honey and mix to combine. And finally, add 1.5 cups of powdered sugar and mix on low until incorporated. Then raise the speed to medium-high until creamy. Then transfer the filling to a piping bag so you can pipe the filling on the macarons. Thank you for watching this video. Leave it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to my channel to stay tuned to all my new macaron videos. And check out my blog for over 70 macaron flavors and lots of tips on how to make macarons. Thank you. Bye.